Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and first time testing of two separate electric lighters from Freedom Goods. The first is going to be their electric lighter that is this long handle design. This you can currently get on Amazon for $7.45. And basically it's going to have 500 lights per charge and a total of like 600 to 800 charging cycles. So it's extremely eco-friendly as far as not needing gas or refills or anything like that, but it's going to be a longer lighter, so we'll go over that in one aspect of this video. And the separate one is this lighter. This is going to be a traditional handheld lighter that you can also get. To be honest, they sent me this as part of this video, but I couldn't find this on Amazon or their website, so we'll review it, but I'll try to track down a link and leave it below as far as where you can purchase this, but either way, we'll get started. So this first lighter is going to be an electric lighter that's more of a handheld design. Basically, it's going to be 220 milliamps of power, waterproof sealed design, and then basically it's going to have a safety shut off that where it's on for 7 seconds and then shuts off on its own. It'll be windproof, splash proof, and it'll have a high voltage arc between the prongs. Flame resistant zinc alloy cover, aluminum body. As far as what's included in the package will be the lighter, a micro USB cable. So both of these are going to be micro USB chargeable. So the advantage of this is really it's electric charging, doesn't need gas, anything like that, and is better for the environment as far as not needing matches or anything. So by getting a lighter like this, if it works and suits your purposes, you don't need to ever purchase those. And really, once you get it, you can save more as far as environment wise. There'll be a carrying bag and a user manual, but that's it. So no flame, no fuel, no problem. But we'll take this out of the packaging. So this is what the lighter looks like, and then we'll look at the bottom here to see what comes in here. And so let me just pull this all out. Okay, so here's everything that came in the package, the lighter itself, which we'll go over in a second. This bag, which is a carrying bag, but it also has a couple things in here. So you've got a USB micro port with a USB-A adapter. You'll need a wall adapter to actually charge it, or you can charge it directly in your computer. There's this carrying case, I believe, but basically this is like a lanyard that allows you to strap this directly through and loop it like this if you want, or you can basically hang this off of something so you don't lose it. So that's a useful cable there, but pretty long, to be honest. But it does actually have a clip in here, so it actually can clip on and off. So that's something that I could see using for like backpacking or if you're camping or something like that, so that you don't actually lose it. So that's the cable. And then this is actually the carrying case. This Freedom Goods has a drawstring on it. But those are the three main components there. And then they do have an instruction manual here. We'll go over real quick, but basically it has a remove the retaining ring on the side, which will open the clasp, press down the open lid, which will turn it on, and then basically the switch on will allow it to turn on, and then the USB charging port should be on the top. So we'll show you that real quick. So this is what the actual lighter looks like. So it's this like green camouflage design, it says Freedom Goods on the top here, and that's kind of simultaneous like what it looks like on the back and the front. It has that loop area here for the lanyard if you want to use that, and then on the side here there's basically a clasp mechanism that frees it up. So I think if you press this, oh yeah, there you go. So it snaps down into place and the clasp basically keeps it from opening here. So all you have to do is just pull this out and then you press the button and it releases it. So just to show you again, this clasp here basically comes off here, loosens it up, you press it and that flies it open. So it's actually open, and then the power switch is actually here. And so that's what you see there. I'll turn it off, turn it into the dark, but basically it creates this like flame arc, electric arc in between, and that allows you to get whatever flame you need out of it. The one caveat here compared to a traditional lighter is you do have to like basically light in between this arc here, so it doesn't have a flame like that illuminates upwards, so you have to kind of maneuver it a little bit different from that standpoint, but that's really it. So that's it as far as the main features there. And actually let's check the USB port, see that? So actually the USB port is right here on the side here, and that's where you charge it. And so you can charge it directly into that port here. So just for convenience, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to turn off the lights so you can see everything, and we'll try lighting a candle with this for the very first. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll turn off the light here to get it as dark as we can. But basically we will open up the lighter, snap it open, and then this shows you what it looks like in the dark. So that's what the flame or electric lighter looks like. So it's got this like X pattern there. And if you hold it like that for 7 seconds, it actually turns off on its own as far as a safety mechanism, which is nice. So if it ever loosens in a bag or anything, it'll stop on its own. So that's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to light this candle. To be honest, I don't have anything else around to light, so we might have to mess with this, but actually I can't even do that. So I'll have to find something else we can light on fire, to be honest. All right, so the best thing I could find is actually this wooden dowel. So what we'll do is we'll just open up the lighter and then turn off the light and then see how well this works for this. But basically we're gonna insert it directly in here, and pretty immediately it started catching on fire, so no issues there as far as attachment. To be honest with this lighter, I'll say that it will probably be most useful for somebody that smokes cigarettes or something like that, because you can smoke. But as a physician and somebody that recommends against smoking, I can't really condone that behavior because it causes lung cancer. It's pretty obvious based on history, but that's what this lighter is used for. If you need to use it more for like camping purposes, what you'll probably have to do is either put a dowel or a piece of wood directly into here and use it that way to light with that, or you'll need to light a piece of paper and do it that way. But there is a convenience here of it being electrical, the fact that you don't need to use gas. It's a very, very light lighter. From that standpoint, it's basically like in your hand, super light from that standpoint, so pretty good for camping and backpacking purposes. But the one caveat there is that with this lighter, it doesn't fit as well as far as lighting it, but the USB chargeable aspect of it's pretty cool. Now what we'll do is we'll go through this one. Okay, so this is the other electric lighter from Freedom Goods. This one is actually on Amazon and it's currently listed for $7.45. They have this version, which is going to be like a straight stick, and then they also have a gooseneck lighter as well, which will have a more like bendable tip, so you can bend it more easily. That one's $7 as well, but we'll go over the packaging real quick. Basically, it says it's 200 milliamps, has 500 lights per charge. Has on the back here says 7-second safety shut off, very similar to this one. Windproof, splash proof. Has an electric arc on the top, flame resistant zinc alloy cover on the side, aluminum body. Has an ignition switch, safety button, and then its battery indicator on the bottoms with LEDs to indicate when it's reaching a lower charge. Has an on-off switch and then a micro USB-C port on the bottom, or a micro USB port on the bottom. It says no flame, no fuel, no problem. We'll open this up, but virtually it should be very similar as far as what's included in the packaging. So you've got this carrying case, you have the USB charging cable, which is identical, where it's a micro USB port, and then you have the actual lighter itself. Okay, so here's everything that comes in the box. So you've got the charging cable with the micro USB port. You've got the case that says Freedom Goods. In here, there's a couple things. One is just a business promotion for their company. This other portion has a insert for the actual instructions. The main features of this that I wanted to highlight is that there's actually an on-off switch on the bottom, which is a safety mechanism. There's a power indicator on the bottom that has 4 separate lights for 175, 50, and 25%. And then there's a safety kind of like switch to prevent it from turning on its own. But this is what the lighter actually looks like. So it's a long single stick, basically has on the top here an opening which allows the lighter to come out and actually turn on. And then there's basically a safety mechanism here on the back that allows you to press this and slide this forwards. If you do not slide it forwards, or if you try to slide it forwards otherwise, it's locked into place so it prevents it from lighting on its own. But basically you just press the back and slide it forwards and that turns it on. And so very similarly, it lights across the front there. You do have to hold this forwards when you do that. It does not stay out on its own. So basically you have to hold the safety mechanism and then hold this clasp forwards. And then this will turn off on its own after 7 seconds because it is a safety standpoint. So it stops on its own. The other thing on the bottom here is it does indicate the power source or power amount. So it's got 4 lights indicating it's 100% powered. And then on the bottom here, there's 2 separate components. Hopefully you can see them in the lighting here, but there's the micro USB port. And then next to it on here is a very small on-off switch where you can turn it off. If you turn it off there, even with the safety mechanism and lighting it or like pushing it out, it won't light on its own. So you do have to turn it on the bottom before lighting it. So it has some redundancy as far as preventing fires. So that's the main components there. What I'll do now is I'll grab a candle and try to light it. Okay, so for this part, we'll just turn off the lights so we can get a full sense of how this works. But basically, as far as turning this on, we hit the safety button, slide it forwards, and it turns on. And so there's a single light there as far as actually lighting and illuminating. And then for a candle itself, basically, we'll just slide it forwards and try to light this. And so it does work pretty well there. So it lit it without any issues. The nice thing about this one as compared to the other one is it does reach into smaller places a little bit easier, so you can kind of reach directly into the candle or like a grill or something like that, even a fireplace, and you can light it pretty easily that way as compared to the like smaller one where basically this is like only allowing you to light in between those 2 prongs there. But that's all I have for this video. So this is the electric lighter from Freedom Goods. Currently you can get this one on Amazon for $7.45. This one I'll try to track down. I didn't find it on Amazon, but I'll check out their website and leave a link below if I can find it. If you have questions, comments, post below, but hopefully this video is helpful for those of you that are in the market for something like this. These are definitely better for the environment because they are rechargeable, and it does say that it has 500 lights per cycle or charge, and it does have like 600 to 800 charging cycles, so it does last a long time, and it's only $8, so it's super cheap from that standpoint. So thanks for watching and have a great night.